But certainly, China or any country alone will not be able to achieve these SDG goals. So we need to have global effort. Other higher income developing countries can play the same role as China to assist other low income developing countries to kickstart their industrialization. As well as we need to have multilateral development institutions to provide funding for infrastructure as well as the green technologies. And bilateral development institutions from higher income countries can also help in this industrialization process with the improvement of infrastructure and accessibility of green technology.
So as I take up my position in China, I see several areas of fruitful cooperation between China and the United Nations. Firstly, the COVID-19 recovery and long-lasting global health system that we need to put in place. Infrastructure and education in China and around the world. The green economy, focusing on the digital divide, multilateralism and the SDGs, South-South cooperation specifically with Africa, and above and most importantly, SDG 5, which is about gender equality and women's rights.
It is crucial for policymakers to maintain a sustainable recovery, gradually moving from income-supporting policies toward policies that promote development. Environmental, social, and governance, ESG, investing is a holistic approach that considers environmental, social, and governance factors in addition to financial ones.
Strengthening knowledge sharing and capacity development is the key. That is important for developing economies to be better harmonizing with international practice and also support innovations in this area. We talked about addressing the digital divide to leverage the advantage of digital transformation to facilitate ESG disclosure and data collection. Just name a few of the important recommendations. We'll resume the dialogue today through today's session, focusing on policy perspectives to dialogue on how to build such an enabling policy environment and ecosystem for SDG-aligned investment.
There is a very strong issue of partnership, and partnership doesn't only mean global partnership, but also local partnership. Take all stakeholders into consideration and then build a partnership for development. And finally, we have the funds. After doing all this, these are the economic development goals that we achieve. So the investment and the sustainability due diligence leads to this economic development.
Why private sector? Current pandemic has impact on many fronts of pathway to achieve SDG. It changed the financial landscape too. Public debt in emerging market has surged to level not seen in 50 years. Yet there is a huge financial gap to make the SDG a reality.
I would like to draw your attention to one great, I think, a measure proposed by China. It's green finance, which mentioned that we want to improve the green credit mechanisms to encourage and guide financial institutions to operate energy efficiency crediting business and to issue asset securitized products for green credit assets, of course, and also carbon trade market.
In the equity markets, in anticipation of the structural transformation from fossil fuels to renewable energies, global investors have already added significant exposure in sectors such as clean energy, low carbon or zero carbon technologies, as evidenced by hefty returns in related stocks and ETFs, exchange traded funds in both the US and China markets in the past 12 months.
In China, there are a lot of challenges and needs of its SDG finance development. First, as the previous colleague introduced, we need policy arrangements and legal systems set up. And second is
we need standardization and assessment on SDG finance. And third, we need all-round development, not only green finance.
在新一轮产业革命和技术革命的背景下，科技与金融深度融合，日益成为全球金融中心城市竞争的制高点和主战场。无科技不金融已经成为行业的共识。深圳是中国最早关注和支持金融科技发展的城市之一。早在2016年，深圳市福田区就发布了国内首个金融科技发展的扶持政策，编制了全国首个金融科技指数。
Sustainable investors shall not only focus on environmental impact, but also please pay higher attention to social impacts of green transition. We hope to share more insights and catalyze greater efforts to facilitate more cross-border sustainable investment for SDGs and net zero carbon goals.